What is up, YouTube? We are back breaking down the card that just happened. Derek Lewis versus 6'7" Towson Teixeira. Pretty solid card. It doesn't sit up as high for me because betting wise, it was not the best. I really leaned into these whole method and round combos for these guys. However, did have 9 of the 12 correct and then 1 perfect. So we'll start with the first fight. We got Fatima Klein versus Melissa Martinez. Kind of a boring fight, nothing going on too crazy. Essentially, oh wait. Yeah, essentially it was a lot of feeling out. Klein was just getting a little bit better of the exchanges. And then she sets up a beautiful cross into a high kick in like midway through the third. Knocks her out cold. Can't argue the stoppage there. Great win for Fatima Klein. Shows that she's well-rounded. She's probably the only strawweight, at least that I can think of off the top of my head, that I feel like is not only going to be a future champion, but one I'm actually somewhat excited for. So we'll see what they do with her next. Obviously, she needs to step up in level of competition. But either way, great win for Fatima Klein there, getting that third round KO with the head kick. Set it up perfectly. On to the next fight, we got Mike Davis beating Mitch Ramirez towards the end of that second round. Very nervous for Mike Davis. I feel like this usually happens, but he looks like too loose on the feet. You know, just getting hit by everything and then just having horrible reactions when he's getting hit. But, you know, he ended up in a great position first round, just held him down, threatening a rear naked choke, I believe it was from what I remember. But, you know, he found a way to get it done. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Get Bettini out of here. Yeah, so, you know, and then we go into the second round. Davis is starting to look a little more composed, still kind of worrying for him. And then, you know, he just finds the KO. I think people are calling it a flying knee was like the last thing. I don't think that's the thing. That might have been the thing that knocked him down, but, you know, Mike Davis showing why he's still underrated, still kind of has it. You know, oh, whew, I'm back. Come on, baby. Yeah, so great win for Mike Davis. You know, he still probably has to fight another guy to earn his way back into the rankings. Actually, I don't even think he's ever ranked, but he's fought in a couple fights that would have moved the guy into a rankings type thing. You know, just did recently with ZM, and I think he did with someone else like a year or two ago, maybe 3 years at this point. But, oh gosh. So yeah, shout out to Mike Davis. On to the next fight, we got, what was that, Kenzie Nzechukwu versus Walter Walker. You know, Walter Walker proved to me that he is a threat just in terms of the submissions. Granted, it is just one submission, so I do worry about that. But, you know, getting 3 heel hooks in a modern MMA, I know it's heavyweight. That's so tough to do. So shout out to him for doing that. But how he got it, you know, just running into Kenny and Nzechukwu head down like a little kid, bro, is crazy. The craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, you know. Like, he still gets it done, and he got it from, like, almost like failing a drag down into it, which was very impressive. So, shout out to Walter Walker. I don't think he, you know, so much time, obviously, but I don't think he beats these big guys like, you know, the Aspinalls, the Cyril Gons of the world. But, you know, is he another contender, you know, that you can feed to an Aspinall? Yeah, absolutely, eventually. You know, give him probably 2, 3 more fights, you know, have him fight for into the rankings next because heavyweight's so shit, and then have him fight top 10, then top 5, and then go lose to Aspinall, you know. There's a clear path for him to get there. It's just a matter of when and how they do it. But, you know, and we'll get to it in a second. Let's just hope that we don't feed him a Derek Lewis or a Tybura. But instead, let's build him up. Let's see where he has weaknesses and kind of go from there. But either way, great performance from Walter Walker. Definitely would not ever be on my watch list. But, you know, he's a guy that I definitely, I guess, I don't even look forward to him in the heavyweight division, but if there is someone to look forward to, it's him and maybe like two other guys. So, you know, either way though, shout out to Walter Walker. Oh my gosh, get him out, get him out. Oh, oh my gosh. Moving on to the next fight, we got Eduardo Mora versus Lauren Murphy. I'm not really going to talk about this fight. I was watching the whole thing technically, but dude, it was so bad, honestly. I like Mora's ass, Murphy's ass. Like, these are just, that was just such a horrible fight. I did get Mora right. I said sub, but she wasn't able to get it done, you know, because she'll never be better than barely beating Lauren Murphy, you know, but I don't know. It's a weird fight. I think I did score all. I either had 29-28 more or 30-27, but can't remember. Oh no, get up! Oh my gosh. Oh, did he not hit that? Oh no, no, no. No! You gotta get up. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Why do you keep diving into the wrong guy? Oh, way to dodge. No! Rigged. It's rigged. All right, we got to keep working through. All right, Jake Matthews versus Chidi and Chikawani. I had Jake Matthews, but I was really worried. It was a 50-50 fight. It's annoying, but he still won sub. I don't think Jake Matthews is that good. Like, I respect the subs. I think it shows a different side to his game. I don't know, man. I think you can give him a top 15 next. I think he loses, though. I think both these guys lose to everyone in top 15, I'm pretty sure. So, either way, good win for Jake Matthews. Great sub. On to the next fight. My lock of the card, man, failed me. And it was because of what I did fear. Middleweight moving down to welterweight, not looking good. But I really don't think like you can blame that more on him going down in the division more than Curtis just looking hesitant. Maybe that had something to do with the weight cut. I don't know. Curtis started to unload at the end there. I did think Curtis won. Was it a split? It might have been a split. It might have been some weird stuff where it might have been a split. But I don't know. Either way, there's no reason we're taking Max Griffin to decision. I know he's not like chinny by any means, but you know, Chris Curtis, like I said, not really a big fan. Really like watching him fight, but I do think he is talented enough to finish Max Griffin, especially with the size advantage. I thought coming down he's gonna look better, and maybe you know, I'll give him benefit of doubt, adjust him back down to welterweight. First time in UFC. I think he used to fight there before joining UFC, so man, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Curtis, man, but I don't think that was really a good fight for him, you know, even though he won. I did have Curtis round 2 KO. I was aggravated. I couldn't believe it. There was a time where I think even in the second round, I thought he might have been able to get it done if he put on the pace a little bit, but, you know, some call it hesitance, some call it patience. I thought it was a little bit of both. You know, there was definitely opportunities I felt like where he could have went. There was definitely opportunities where I understood he had to kind of lay back and just let things play out. But good win for Curtis. Hopefully he builds off of it. On to the next fight. We got the first fight that I predicted wrong in terms of the fighter that I picked. We have Junior Tafa versus Tuco's Tacos. I didn't think I'd see a Tuco Tacos win in my life. I didn't think so. But the grappling looked good, man. And that's not saying much because Tafa's ass. But you know, I thought Toffa looked bad. I also thought Tukos, that was the best I've ever seen him look. And does that say much? No, but at the same time, it's something for him to hold his head high, and maybe he's still gonna be in the UFC after this because he keeps winning. I don't know. I don't think Junior Taffa nor his brother are good. I think they're trash. I think they both need to get out of the UFC. I don't understand why they're in the UFC. I don't understand why. I think it was Junior Taffa was supposed to headline International Fight Week. Not headline. He was on the main card though. I don't know why I said headline. So yeah, kind of annoying stuff there. I really wish that they would have done better with that. But they love to promote the wrong people, and I just don't get it. But either way, enough about that. Enough of the Taffa brothers. On to the next fight, we got Vitor Petrino defeating Austin Lane at the end of the first round by sub. I have Petrino round 2 KO. He did it by first round sub. Man, I'm not falling for the Petrino hype again, man, because, even at light heavyweight, he looked good at grappling, and then he throws himself into a guillotine against Anthony Smith, and then gets clipped by Jacoby. I don't know. I love that he's moving up to heavyweight. I do think he needs to, I don't know, like, he looks big still, but, like, it kind of looked a little more fatty, obviously. Granted, he just fought a light heavyweight, what was it, 8 months ago? Not even. I think it was the end of the year. So, great win for Petrino. I'm not back on the hype train yet. I will say, with the Walter Walker thing, he is one of 3 guys at heavyweight that I'm excited to see. Actually, I guess there's 5, but like I said, these expectations are so low, and 2 of them are former champs in like 1 and PFL. So just 3 guys. It's oh, he got me with the body shot. Oh no! Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is crazy. I can't even speak my freaking mind. What the heck is this? I'm done. I'm done. He's gonna nut hug me. This is oh, he got up! Oh! Oh my gosh. What a freaking war. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, shout out to Petrino. 3 guys to look out at heavyweight for are Walter Walker, who we discussed earlier, Vitor Petrino, and Mario Pinto. Everyone else already got fraud checked, or I'm not high on at all. Not even high on these guys, really. It's just a division so shit that you have to kind of stoop this low. We'll see how Pinto looks in his next appearance. We'll see how Petrino looks. Same with Walter Walker. These are all guys that are young into their heavyweight debuts or careers. On to the next fight, we got Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Charrier. This was a pretty good fight. Charrier looked good, man. This is why I picked Charrier. Landwehr did kind of look like he wasn't going to get finished at one point yet again. Just looks like always a train. I think he stunned Charrier too at the end of the second. I feel like that sounds familiar. I don't know. But, it was a great fight. Charrier pulls out yeah, it was a KO in the beginning of the third. That's what it was, yeah. So shout out to Charrier. I would love to see this guy, get a shot at the rankings, but I think he did just lose recently to someone. Who's it, Chepe? It might have been Chepe. It was like Chepe or Christian Rodriguez. It was one of those guys that's just so underrated as well. So we'll see what happens. But shout out to Morgan Charrier, great fight. Think of one fight of the night too. Feel like you can argue that that makes sense, honestly. On to the next fight. The only fight that I predicted correctly, I got perfectly correct. I got Steve Garcia defeating Calvin Kattar by decision. Steve Garcia, my man, I'm on the hype train, man. This guy looks so good. He kind of is like a more technical DDP, really good out of that southpaw stance, man. He was looking great, man. The 1-2s, they were just all day, bro. Don't get me wrong, I do not think Kattar's the same fighter. My gosh, how did he stun me like that? Oh my gosh. Let me get up. We're good. Oh no. It's crazy.
So he just decides to get up here. Connection there. He landed it.
This is crazy.
Perfect position. What a huge blow and a big moment in this fight. Well, we may have the best cut men and women in the business, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much with that cut. It continues to widen with every passing shot. And you're fighting a great fighter. It's hard to deal with the damage of the cut while dealing with the level.
Dude, that's no way that misses. I can't play this game and talk UFC. This is crazy, bro. Alright, either way, shout out Steve Garcia. Finally in the rankings. Want to see them push this guy. Nothing too fast like how they're doing John Silva, but I get why they're doing the John Silva hype train. And if anyone, even though I'm not a John Silva fan because I think he's cringe and everything, I do think John Silva can hang with the top guys. He deserves that heavy jump. Let's not do the same with Steve Garcia. I doubt they will anyway. I think gotta look right outside top 10 next for Steve Garcia, then top 10, and then from there top 5. Get your title shot. We got some time, but shout out to Steve Garcia, man. That's awesome for him. On to the next fight, we have Gabriel Bonfim defeating Stephen Thompson by decision. I had Thompson by decision, and I'm not saying this just because my pick would have been right, but Thompson got robbed. I knew Bonfim was going to struggle in the grappling. I thought he'd do a little better in striking, but I guess he did. I don't know. It's whatever, honestly. I get why they're gonna give it to Bonfim. It's just like judge fights accordingly. Don't do it because it's just annoying, man. But yeah, I think Wonder Boy wants to fight one more time and then his contract's up and then he's done. I think yeah, I don't know what they do for him next, honestly. Him versus MVP would be cool, but I think they said they don't want to fight each other, and they also said it'd be a boring fight, which I could see because they both respect each other too much and kind of know the game plan of each. But yeah, I mean, tough one for Wonder Boy. Not even a big fan. Like, probably wouldn't, like, even though I bet Wonder Boy, like, I thought Wonder Boy was gonna win. I probably wanted Bonfim to win, just for like, the sake of the division, but he didn't win. He didn't deserve that one. Wonder Boy did. Either way, on to the main event. Derek Lewis defeated Towson Teixeira 35 seconds into the first round. Oh, dude. I should have known. And I kind of knew, but I can't claim it because I still thought the odds that Teixeira was going to KO Lewis were greater than vice versa. But, dude, Teixeira. I blame the UFC just as much as I blame Teixeira. This is the UFC's fault for pushing this guy right into the rankings and pushing him up against Derek Lewis. He had no idea how to evade the pressure of Lewis, you know. Um, Easier said than done, but all you had to do was just survive the first round, probably, and you would have been fine. Actually, not even that. Like, I meant just survive the overhand, but like, I meant fair play to Derek Lewis. He came out there, he just started winging, and it was working. And 100% understand why Herzog called it. I hate that he called it for defense grab rather than the opponent being out, but like, you need to call it because he grabbed the fence. I 100% agree with that call. I hated that I ended like that, but at the same time, it's like this Teixeira's fault for grabbing the fence, and I understand it's probably an instinct thing. Like, you're not thinking, you're just trying to survive, but that is what it is. Yeah, and just like that, we lose another heavyweight prospect because we rush him too fast. We have no idea what he would have looked like if. Imagine if this guy fought 2 times and, you know, won 2 times before fighting Derek Lewis. I guarantee you he would have looked way better. He would have been out of there. He's like, would have at least made it past 35 seconds into the first round. But, you know, we have to find out the hard way, and we just have to keep on recycling people. And now, well, we have to see. We're going to end up seeing a Gon and Aspinall trilogy because Division's so bad. Like, this is just crazy, but I'm not even going to argue about this anymore. It is what it is. Pretty solid card. Like I said, did not do so well betting just because I bet really heavy on the rounded method combos. The odds also were horrible for these money lines. So honestly, I'm glad I got 9 of 12 correct. Honestly, or I should have at least. I'm not glad. I should have gotten 9 of 12 correct with how heavy these favorites are. I think the only like real, I mean, there's two big upsets here, and it was Lewis and who was it? Tuco. It had to be tacos, yeah. So here's what it is. I'm out. F this. F this game too. F the whole thing.